Welcome, everybody. Episode 13. I am Gonzo, here with Yuki, and our token black guy. Token Beeman. How are you guys doing today?
Tired, and my knee is killing me. Just got off of work.
I'm great. Happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Thank you for joining us live from the heart of Texas. It is the Goody Click once again. Now, we have two issues today. Now,
I got mine. I already got mine right here.
So, Yuki never watched the movie Vengeance that we agreed that we were going to watch this week. He had an additional day.
And he had an extra day. And we talked about it twice.
And Beeman still didn't have his hated celebrity list. And he had 3 weeks to do that one.
I wrote the wrong list.
Wrote the wrong list.
Imagine if I watched the wrong movie.
At least you would have watched a movie.
We would have been okay with that. So, our whole episode was going to be based off of reviewing that movie. So, I hope you got points because I didn't look up any.
Well, you are the point man.
Yeah, I got some. All
right, so
well, minus one, which was the Vengeance review. But y'all got that.
This nigga even had it on his list.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I literally was fully prepared. But the one night I was able to, I was tired and I fell asleep.
That's code for horny.
And he fell asleep.
We seen that
and
hickey.
then I fell asleep.
We saw that hickey on your neck last time. Jessica.
I forgot about that.
Oh, she's going to be so embarrassed.
We didn't go in any...
But we'll leave it alone at that.
I got my daughter to sleep in her own bed. You know,
okay,
a few days in a row now.
What time is she going to sleep now?
Still the same time, around like 9 to 10 o'clock.
Yeah, same time, whenever she wants.
Midnight, yeah.
But she does it in her bed now. Let's say it gives me time for those cheeks. I feel you. But welcome, everybody. What's this list? What are we getting into first?
All right, let's start off with what's going to be the greatest comeback in history.
No, it's not. You know what? It probably will be because, damn, Miami
is 3-3.
Miami's really fucking let me down.
I never had hopes on them anyways. I already said either Boston or the Bucks.
It don't even matter because whoever goes to the finals is getting swept by the Nuggets.
Y'all think so?
Oh. If it ain't a sweep, it's 5. But the Nuggets are winning the finals.
I don't expect the Nuggets to perform the way they did against the Lakers. Like, they were good. The Lakers were also... Denver was really good. The Lakers were also really good. Mm-hmm. Denver was also really lucky. Some of those shots were like especially that very first game, it was like... What?
Was it luck, man? Because you can say that about Steph Curry, too. He has those shots that are just like...
Right, but if that's his tendency, then I wouldn't call it luck. Like, okay, he's done this time and time again, but I'm watching Yuki throw up a 3-pointer with his head back at the last second, and
he got that Dirk in him, bro. That's all it is.
So it reminds me of when the Mavericks played Golden State. It reminds me of when everything was going in, bro. Everything. It also reminded me of when the Mavericks swept the Lakers. Wow. I felt like it was Dirk 2.0 back in 2011 on Mother's Day, sweeping Kobe. That's what it felt like, bro.
Kobe and the Lakers. Wow.
I was just getting all this deja vu of when Kobe was like, "It's just one game. Why everybody tripping? It's just one game.
Just one game."
Proceed to get blown the F out.
Best 200 I ever won.
You bet money on that game? On the series or the game?
The series.
Whoa.
They won the... They finally made it. They made it with the Lakers, and some dude at work, he came up to me because I had on my Dirk jersey. So he saw me in the parking lot because I saw him. I went inside, and he went to go look for me in the building. And he said, "You want to put money on it?" And I laughed. I was like, "I don't bet." He goes, "Come on, $50. You scared?" I was like, "No, I'm not scared. 50." So he bet me on the first game.
Okay.
And I won that one. They was like, "Let's just double it. The Lakers are gonna win the series." I was like, okay. So that was already at 100, and then he's like, they Mavericks won the second game, and then they won the third game. And he was like, "Y'all ain't gonna sweep them though. Watch Lakers finna come back double, like double or nothing. They'll get swept."
So you should have won 250.
Should have.
That nigga.
But this nigga is just, I was lucky to get the 200 out of him. I started betting with him because he was very sketchy. Cause we were betting on the NFL season 2, and I wrote down everything that I bet. And I was like, man, looks like Baltimore is about to win this one. I get this much. He goes, nah, you didn't bet on them. Like, yes, I did.
Bro.
After that, I was like, okay, I'm done. You keep that money.
Yeah,
I don't care,
that's
bro.
the best thing you could have done. Oh my gosh. Just so many bad situations can spawn from the littlest things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was like, this is at work too. I'm not worried about it.
Not
Keep it.
Now Boston's gonna come back. First one to do it. Beat Miami.
What'd you do with that $200?
And that was that was 2011. I was young, single.
That's what I'm saying. Young, 200. You gonna remember what you did with $200?
I don't know. You probably spent that shit somewhere where we went somewhere.
A trip.
We might have gone something stupid.
Facts. Because I remember what I was doing with that money I got from that PlayStation. And he lost some money. So you're still riding with Miami
To win the series? Yeah.
You're crazy.
I'm not going to back down.
No.
Even though I feel like Boston might take it, I'm still going with Miami.
I'm positive I even said this last one, that Boston was going to come back to win it. And I still stand by it.
You said that. You said that they were going to come
Boston's
back.
going to come back and they're going to win it.
I didn't expect Miami to sweep them. It was surprising when they went up 3-0. I was like, oh, they might just make this easy.
A double sweep.
So here's what's crazy. Miami shot 46% from the 3-point line. Bro, that is almost half, bro. 46%. They only turned the ball over 5 times. And something else they did. Oh, they got 16 offensive rebounds. Bro, they still lost, and they were at home. Boston shot like 21% from the 3-point line. That's horrible. That's the worst they've done this year.
Yeah.
And these niggas still won. I really don't know what Miami is going to do. I will say this. I'm going to go ahead and say this. 2 years ago, and 2 years ago minus 1 day, Jimmy Butler was in the playoffs. And they were boasting about how hard he's been practicing. And they were like, he's stupid locked in. He's flexing on his picture, right? So the very next day, he lost. They got eliminated. So I posted that picture with a big L in front of him, right?
Yeah.
A year later, to the exact day, he was in another elimination game. I posted that same picture and was like, I did this last year.
It was against Boston too, wasn't it?
It may have been against Boston. Yeah, it may have been against Boston. Same picture. He lost. Posted that mug with him flexing with another L. Today, 2 years later, and just a day removed, this nigga's in another elimination game.
You gotta post that picture again?
I haven't posted it.
Do it.
Because I'm not that into basketball no more because LeBron took that major L. But
just post and put
if he
3 years in a
loses,
row and then question marks.
That's what I'm thinking. Like
just do it.
Or I'm like, do I post it after? I might. Yeah, I think after this, I'm gonna post it again. And be like,
I think athletes need to start chilling out on these flexes that they be doing, man. Because they just be going so south. Just like LeBron did with Miami. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. I was like, bro,
he messed up when he
got 2 and dip.
He messed up when he followed Dwayne Wade and mocked Dirk being sick. That's where he messed up. And he should have never done that.
Dirk took that personal.
And he apologized for that too. He was like, bro, that wasn't even me. I should have never done nothing like that. 'Cause that Dirk and everybody else took it personal, especially Jason Terry. That was rough. And that's so weird, bro. That was one of the happiest moments of my life when LeBron James got beat by the Mavericks. You never expected something like that.
That was the only time that I hated LeBron James. His tenure with them.
I hated him.
And that runs deep because I don't like the Heat. Even though I'm cheering for them in this series.
Yeah. I can't say that I hated Dirk. I did not like him at all during that moment. But up until then, when he was beating everybody, I liked LeBron. But then when he played the Mavericks, nah. Can't let that happen.
That was a great series. I think that was the hardest championship won.
You think so? You think that was harder than Cleveland versus Golden State? Coming back 3-1?
Coming back from the 31? Yeah, I think so. Because you got to think about it. The East wasn't that strong. Yeah. You know, LeBron didn't really have to fight too much to get there. He had to fight, but it wasn't a lot.
You know, people say that, but then it's like, it's just what I think is just what your opposition poses, like what threat they pose to you. Because LeBron goes to the West, and for the longest everybody was like, but the West weak now. It's all about the East. Like it's all about Brooklyn, Philadelphia, Boston.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the whole building of super teams. Everybody wanted. Now everybody wants to be on the same team challenge. Back then it wasn't like that. You know, these players were scattered all across the league.
Right. But the East was fire. Like Atlanta had the number one record in the league.
Yeah, but we know how far those number one records can really get you.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Dallas,
so it was. I think that was still one of the. Well, you know, I'll say it's one of the hardest fought championships.
I agree. My two happiest moments were like I think the two hardest fought championships. It was Cleveland and Golden State, and Dallas and Miami. Cause both of those seemed impossible. At a point, they seemed impossible.
Or is the NBA scripted?
Right. So, really quick, touching on that. Speaking of the NBA, y'all heard about the referee who's under investigation?
Yeah, like Eric Lewis or something.
Wait, for what?
What's his name?
Yeah. Is it Eric Lewis?
Did I just make that name up?
Eric Wilson, something like that. Yeah, maybe.
That he was making a burner account on Twitter
and doesn't like LeBron.
He made a burner account for
a few of them.
For what?
Well, that's what they're investigating now. But what it seemed to be Eric Lewis, what it seemed to be given away is his bias against certain players and teams.
Yeah.
And they also like ran numbers, and he had an unreasonably high percentage of wins towards the Celtics when he refereed the game. 60% of the time they win. So he's also the same referee. And I think we talked about this game. Remember when the Lakers played Boston in the regular season and LeBron got fouled at the end?
They
got slapped.
And they said, like, no, that wasn't enough.
That was the referee that called that. That was the ref. So at the end of that game, I don't know if I remember, Patrick Beverly had gone to he got the camera. That's who he was showing the photo to. That referee. Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, and this dude been reffing the playoffs.
And what's crazy though is because like, even if he's found like guilty of all this bias,
can't change what already.
Can't change what's already happened.
He wouldn't be the first.
Nope.
But you know, it's definitely an argument to us Bron fans. We could be like, I mean, look, bro, just like we were defending the Mavericks back in 06, 07.
I will always defend that.
Always. The referee was betting on the game. Hey, look. You know, never know.
Speaking of the refs, do you see that they admitted that last call for the last game for the Nuggets and the Lakers was wrong? How they said that the Lakers touched the ball. The last ones touched the ball when it went out of bounds, and they gave it to Denver. And then that's when they made that tie-breaking basket.
Right, so is that the last game?
The last game, I
thought that game off.
The last few seconds, they just came out and said that it was actually a wrong call, that the Lakers weren't the last ones to touch it. So the Lakers should have gotten the ball.
Was Eric Lewis a part of that referee staff?
I don't know.
Do they have referees for East and then referees for West?
I think so.
Like, are they separated?
So I don't think like they specifically ref
like East and draft.
West. But I think they mix and match. I think it's just the magnitude importance of the game, because they got some refs that's always.
So, I did want you to explain this to me. This should have been explained a long time ago. what the hell is the play-in tournament?
Got you.
Because it looked like Chicago was in it, and then they lost the next game, and then they were out of it.
Right. So the play-in tournament. So it used to be 1 through 8. Whatever seeds 1 through 8 go to go to the postseason.
Yeah.
Now it's 1 through 10, and so it's 1 through 10, and the 10th and the 9th seed plays the 8th and the 7th seed.
Okay.
Right. So if the 10th or the 9th seed loses once, then they are they're done.
Okay.
If the 10th or the 9th seed loses a game,
so they just got to be undefeated until the playoffs, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the 7th and the 8th seed have what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, this is like I can't think of the word, but if they lose, then they have to play again. So if 8 loses to 9, or if 8 loses to if 8 loses to 9, then they play the golly. I just had, okay, wait. So because I'm trying to think of the order it goes, but like for instance, like the Lakers were the 8th seed. They were the 7th seed this year, so they played. They had to play.
Okay, I mean it makes sense. I guess once you're locked into that, once you're in the play-in tournament, you just really got to go undefeated those last few games.
Yeah,
they had to play Utah. They had to play wherever Michael Conley is. I think he's in Utah. And then because they were already a part of the 1 through 8, because they won, they were solidified. But had they lost, then they would have to play another game. So it goes 1 through 8. 7 and 8 has to play 9 and 10. If 7 or 8 loses a game, they have another game to stay in the playoffs. If they lose both games, then they're out. But 9 and 10 can battle their way up to the top.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm telling you, they were posting all over online like Pat Beverly is the undisputed play-in champ.
Bro, because
and I was like
Minnesota, bro.
And then they like the next day or 2 days later, they're like he's out of it. I was like, wait, what?
Because they won the play-in game. They won their way into the playoffs. Yeah. So the crazy thing is the play-in games don't count for stats. Whatever you do in that play-in game, however many threes, however many points you score, all that is completely dissolved after the game. None of it counts. Nothing.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they also want to figure that out too. I definitely went a roundabout way of explaining the play-ins, but in essence, that's what it is.
They just need to go back to the regular stuff.
Yeah, that just made it a little bit more confusing.
Well, what's crazy is that the teams that were looking to make it the furthest were all playing teams. The Lakers and Miami.
That's true.
And
scripted.
It's pretty dope. And it gives them, the NBA is definitely going to keep it now because, those games sell out. And they're like a playoff game. So they're getting money. They're getting a lot of money from those games. There's extra games. People get an extra chance. Lakers may not have made it if it weren't for that. So
it'll stick around.
Yeah, that's how the Lakers made it to the playoffs last year. Yeah. When they beat Steph Curry, when he got hit in the eye.
Yeah.
So that's that. So
that's
Miami, Boston. I'm going for Boston.
Boston.
Yeah.
We'll save that for later. Okay. Miami, Boston.
Save what for later?
Who's gonna win the championship? But we'll just save it until
Boston.
So y'all both. Yeah. No matter the outcome, it's gonna be Boston up there.
Yeah, I still have Boston the entire time.
I'm the only Denver guy right now.
Bro, a lot of people in the world think Denver is gonna win.
Well, I mean,
because of how they handled the Lakers. So what?
I mean, out of us.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been handling everybody.
Yeah, I liked Denver, bro. It's just the way that those games happen. It was like, oh no, they exhausted that. Like there's.
Used all their luck,
Yeah, those shots were crazy.
I think. Well, all right, there you go.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll still say Boston's going to win this. Boston's going to win the champion. If Boston somehow loses, then Denver's going to win. Because I have no faith in Miami. I never have, never will.
Okay. So if Miami makes it to the finals, you're going with Denver.
Yeah. But Boston's for sure going to make it and win.
How about you? If Miami makes it, you stick with Miami or you go with Denver?
I don't even care, bro.
I feel you. I don't care either, but it just for purpose of this podcast, yeah, I gotta pick somebody.
If Miami and Denver go, it's gonna be Denver. Right. Yeah, if Miami and Denver go to the
Miami about to shut it down tonight.
It's gonna be Denver.
I wonder if they're gonna make Yuki or whatever the hell his name is overall 99 in the next 2K game.
Absolutely, they will.
Yeah,
he should have been 99. He's on par with LeBron now. I think he's like 97.
Damn,
and that's only because LeBron's
they about to bring LeBron down. They're
gonna put him to like 92.
All right, cool. Oh, so before we leave the sports section, one last thing. I don't know if you've seen this. Lonzo Ball may never play again.
I don't think he will, bro.
Wait, why? What happened?
This is his knees.
Is that what it is?
Is it the cartilage in his knees?
Yeah.
I think it's like thinning out.
And I think he had a... But what did he go out for? Was it his knee or was it his ankle?
His ankle, wasn't it?
That was his ankle.
Yeah.
But I know that his knees are bad.
Yeah.
He just... Bro, the way... Bro, his lineage in basketball just shows that he's up out of here, bro.
Do you think that this was just him? Has anything to do with him being overworked by his dad to set him up to be a superstar?
You know, I actually did hear
the toll.
It was a documentary I watched that usually when like high level athletes and stuff, if they start really young, especially like just constantly working before they actually make it to the NBA, NFL, whatever, that they tend to get hurt more or retire earlier due to stuff like this. So wow. I fully believe for that to be true. You know, the way he was trained and stuff by his dad and whatnot most likely caused this to happen.
Be ready for LaMelo because he probably ain't gonna last long either.
Yeah, he's already never would have thought about that. I never would have thought about that.
Because it gave a whole bunch of examples that's happening. Like it does make sense because you're already putting so much wear and tear in your body early on. So by the time you reach, around this age, your body's done. You know, it can't handle that no more.
Yeah, you're 20, but your knees are fucking 30. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it also has to do with how you take care of yourself. Because you think about LeBron. I mean, not to just harp on him, but 38. Like. Mm-hmm. And his injuries didn't start really creeping in until he had a major injury, which when a guy dove into his leg and like dang near broke his knee from his ankle. Like then everything started taking course. But I think it's also about how you take care of yourself. Yeah, and he spends like what $2 million on his body a year. Lonzo Ball, and then some people are just it's just how they're built. Some people is just look at AD, look at Derrick Rose, Brandon Roy.
Always getting hurt.
Yeah, just injury prone, and their body just doesn't.
Greg Oden,
for sure. Their bodies just they can't withstand it. I didn't think about that though. That's interesting. I don't think he's gonna play. I don't see
it ain't worth
a purpose for him to play anymore.
If he does play, he's gonna get like a bad injury, like. Really bad.
And he's had so many, and like LaMelo Ball, like you said, he gets injured too.
And he had his season-ending injury this past season. So
he did. They just here for a good time, not a long time.
Stupid. All right, what's the next thing?
Stupid. The Sony Showcase.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's
so
what I wanted to talk about.
The main one, Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it looked really good. I liked how it looked. It looked just like the first one, but better. That's usually what I expect out of a sequel. Especially if it's from a good game. Don't try to mix it up, change it up, and all that stuff. Keep it the same. Just add to it. And just make it a little better like that. You can, and that's like what they did. They just pretty much added Miles, and then they're adding Venom and stuff like that. But like. The actual fighting and how the cutscenes worked, it looked exactly like the first one. No different. And that's ideal. People just want to complain just to complain, saying how his suit looks ugly. The symbiote looks ugly. Looks like he's wearing armor made of plastic.
You'll never appeal to everybody.
No, but I think it looked good. It actually looked good. It actually got me excited for a single player game. I don't get excited for single player games often outside of Nintendo. I was like, you know what? I actually want to play this game. I really want to play this game. I wish I had co-op, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, but how would co-op really work? Well, I know how it would work if it was built to have co-op. But in this one, like you said, I know you're not on board for it because there's no co-op, or there may not be co-op.
I mean, if there is, just have two free roaming Spider-Mans. Y'all could.
But as far as like the missions go,
Yeah, like think of like the Division. Like you want to start a mission, then there's both of y'all. But technically, both of y'all could just go off and do whatever you want to, like infiltrate a little base by yourself, and then while the other person's trying to find high level gear, just whatever. But when y'all actually want to continue the story, it would just start off and both y'all run through the mission.
So here's what I thought about it. So I'm not a fan of what I've seen so far.
Okay.
And this is what I wanted to talk about. So when it comes to what they've done, like you stated, when you look at the cut, which you were absolutely on point with that. You look at the cutscenes, you look at the fighting, you look at how the story looks to develop. It's exactly like the first and the second one. I don't think y'all played the second one, right?
The Miles one?
Okay,
yeah.
You played it.
Yeah.
Okay, you played it, Gonzo?
No, I haven't played it.
Okay. So, I've only played the second one, but moves to me just like the second one. I see like the bones and the roots that they use. So anyway, I say that to say, why I'm not on board with it is because there's no innovation with this. So when you finally have two different Spider-Man, right? This is the time to be innovative and give us something different. Give us something that we've looked forward to that's going to change how we see the series to be. Otherwise, why isn't it just an update? The game looks beautiful, and I know that story is going to be fire. But what does that really do? So what are you gonna say?
Sorry to cut you off. I have a counter argument. I would originally think the same exact way how you do, but what changed my mind is the newest Zelda game that just came out.
Okay.
The Tears of the Kingdom. It's just like what I said. It's exactly like the first one, just added to it. And it did it so well, it's already, like the best-selling game of the year. Right. It's on track to be game of the year as well. Everyone loves it. Its reviews are like pretty much damn near perfect of a game. When it's exactly like how the Spider-Man was. It's the same, like what you said, like the roots, bones, the same structure, just add to it.
Right.
So that's what gave me hope. Like, if the Spider-Man game pretty much copies exactly like what the Zelda game did, I see it could do it real good.
Right. So here's my argument to that. So with you all specifically, so when we think about a one-player game, you buy a one-player game, you're playing it by yourself. You have to get from beginning to end to complete the game, right? Okay. So what's new about that? What really attracts us to the game besides the aesthetic? Just how it looks and believing that the story is going to be good from the last one, because let's go on other one-player games that look beautiful, where we know the story is going to be fire, and maybe they've taken from the original, or it's just completely original and different. Yeah. What about Dead Space? Have you finished Dead Space?
I haven't finished it, no.
Right. Why? You love the first one. You did finish the first one.
Yeah.
And the second one, right?
I played all three.
All three, right. But but the third one was a little different because that's when they split it with two.
Yeah.
Okay, so say the first and the second one, because you said those are the best ones.
Yeah.
You completed those. How long have you had Dead Space? This new one.
So that's because the way I play games is different now. Okay. I start games, I get halfway and like, I want to play this game. And then I get halfway and like, I want to play this game. Okay. And I'll make a circle. I'll come back to it.
But Destiny, anytime Destiny drops new DLC or a new story. There. Yeah. Oh, am I far? Close to that. Oh, appreciate it. Right there. Thank you. I've been probably clipping this whole time, bro. So, Destiny comes out.
Yeah. I'm always there.
How long does it take you to finish that?
Ooh, pretty quick.
Pretty quick, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but because that's a multiplayer game. I do find more enjoyment out of multiplayer games than single player games.
Right, but do you play through the single player modes? Like, say for instance, if Gonzo wouldn't be able to get on, would you jump through the story?
Usually, no. Actually, I do Crucible.
So what involves you more than you said multiplayer, right?
Yeah.
You all play together.
Yeah.
All right. So you have Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Have you started that game yet?
No.
At all? How long you had that game?
Wow.
Right. Then it's beautiful, right? Looks beautiful. You know that they're doing something original and different with the story. But with Destiny, when Destiny drops, you're going to be on Destiny. You're going to finish the story. Yeah. Y'all are looking for more. You got Resident Evil 4, which you've already beat previously, but the story's a little different and the mechanics are a little different.
Yeah.
Right? But have you beat that game?
No.
So there's Resident Evil 4 for me. I loved it when I jumped into it.
Yeah.
Still haven't beat it. So with Spider-Man 2, when I got it, I was like, yo, this is way different. I beat the game faster than I beat any other one-player game in a long time. So what I say all that to say, that was something new for me, right? It felt innovative to me. But when it's not innovative, what does it really do for us? We talk well about it. We talk well about you even when as far as to buy Horizon. Yeah. But where does the interest peak really if we're not even finishing the game, right? Like, it's fun. Oh, yeah, let me jump in this. Oh, yeah, I like this. Whoa, that was crazy. But we're not finishing it. So when I'm talking about Spider-Man 3, I'm like, this is another, like, stack to the pile. Well, we will buy it. We will talk well about it. Probably play through it a little bit. Like, oh, man, this is like, yeah, this is really good. And eventually, a slide back on the shelf. But what really captivates us, we go into knowing that we're going to finish and look to finish. Yeah. And then I'm thinking about what Destiny does to us. We can play that together. With Spider-Man 3, I mean, with this third Spider-Man, how could they go about doing the story? I'm sure there's a lot of ways. Even how, the way I imagine it is how you brought it up just now. Because I've thought about it. But even though it's not really up to us, right? It's the developers. But y'all have had years. You all have a team. You want to bring us something different. You got 2 different Spider-Man. Give us 2 players. Like, give us something different. That was the first thing I said. Yeah, co-op. That will probably have a... But let's be real between just the 3 of us. What does another one-player story that looks great really do for us? I
think that just depends on, like what you said, like the developers. Because going back to, let's say, like Zelda in this example, what keeps a lot of people going playing... I haven't played the second one yet. But at least how I seen, like, my friend Alan, like how he plays it, it's pretty much that excitement of, ooh, what's over here? You know, like how different the world is and what you can go discover, I guess. And I guess you can say that's an argument for Spider-Man because it's like, it's still going to be New York. Yeah. So it's going to be the same things, right. You know? So it just depends. Maybe they change it up. Maybe they will add things. Like maybe this is going to be a little bit ahead into the future. Or maybe they won't even be in New York. I don't know. Maybe they just end up leaving New York and go to New Jersey. I don't know. Right. You know, just add some new areas. Because if it's like something new to explore, since it is an open world game, you know, that's what keeps that enjoyment coming back. That's the whole reason why sometimes I find it a little hard, let's say, like Dead Space or Resident Evil 4. Yeah, slightly different story, slightly different stuff, but it's still at its core the same game.
Exactly.
You know?
Spider-Man. Like, what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing anything new. When I looked at Peter Parker use that symbiote suit, like, and he lifted those people up, I feel like there are things that we get out of our head. So, speaking of just for the goodie click, when I'm talking about Spider-Man, I'm like, what does it do for the goodie click? We talk well about it, but realistically, how much do we really care about it when we got these other games we haven't even completed? But I heard so many good reviews about, really wanted to jump into it, but it's like, what matters to us? What really matters to us? If you
and then we just play multiverses, and that got like horrible reviews.
That too. But we enjoy it, right? Multiverses had a story. Well, I don't know if I play the story, but if Fortnite actually came out with their story,
they actually do have a story. It sucks.
They have a story, but
I thought they were doing.
I never jumped into it.
I played the story with Phil when Fortnite first dropped. It was like Save the World. It's a zombie game,
Right.
Yeah, so
I
it
mean,
has that
Thing
story.
sucks.
Now the battle royale portion of it,
Has its
it
own
has its
story.
own story.
Hold
that
on,
it
who am I
follows.
thinking of that's supposed to drop a story that took it back?
Overwatch.
Overwatch. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
that was actually highly anticipated by
That's
so many people, and then Blizzard was like, "Yeet," and it just doesn't exist no more.
Well, I just wanted to put that out there. Like,
Yeah.
with Spider-Man, I think we could talk well about it, but
See,
how do we really feel about it?
for me, it's just, I guess, when it comes to like PlayStation games and whatnot, I find more enjoyment out of multiplayer games. You know, I feel like while like Nintendo, I find more enjoyment out of their single player games because they've been doing single player games. That's their main focus. You think of Mario, think of Zelda, you think of Pokemon, think of Kirby, all that stuff. It's single player stuff, you know? Every now and then they'll have like a side party game, you know? But it's all single player stuff. So that's how I've always played it. Well, when I think of the PlayStation, I'm always playing stuff like 2K, Call of Duty, Destiny, you know, there was Overwatch, you know, just all these multiplayer games. So when they make single player games, sometimes it's hard for me to just fully sit there and like, okay, let me play it, you know, and just like disregard everything. Like overall on Call of Duty, no, I want to play this game. Instead, it's a single player game. It's very hard for me to do that when it comes to PlayStation.
Well, think about what's that game? I don't know if it's just multiplayer. I think it's just what fascinates you. Because think about what's the game that you can play with the rocks?
With the rocks,
The rock people.
the rock people.
They made a movie into it. We played.
Oh, Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah,
You get on
so
Monster Hunter
that was
with none
that
of
was
us.
actually originally started as a multiplayer game. I played it
Facts.
with friends Dylan and Rico. We would be playing that all day and night. Like we'd be staying up originally on the 3DSs, and we'll just be like all on Discord and stuff on our phones, just playing Monster Hunter. And even then on this PlayStation one, I'd play it with them all the time. Right now, I still find enjoyment out of Monster Hunter. I play it by myself in hopes that someone gets on. And
I'll talk about it.
After that,
So-
ever since that nigga got rolled off that cliff
So here's
by that monster,
so-
he never been back on.
it's not a bad game. I like it.
Yeah.
The thing that drains me about that game is the fact how much of a grind it is.
It's a
You think Destiny's a grind?
extremely big
That's a
grind.
fucking grind.
You have to
Because you
keep
can kill
hunting
this
something.
monster. It takes you like 10, 15 minutes to kill a monster. And you got to collect like different parts of it, like the bones or feathers or whatever. And then you'll get lucky and sometimes get something rare. But if you're looking for this piece because you need to make a piece of armor and it requires like 4 of them, who knows how long it's going to take you to get those 4.
You gotta keep hunting that monster over
And that's why I'm like,
over
man, this
and
is a
over.
grind, bro. Like,
It is.
I played
But
it.
it's fun.
I don't know if I ever got to with y'all. I did play with you.
You bought
once.
it?
Huh?
No.
you didn't buy it.
He did.
You did?
He has it. Remember, I even made the
You
joke
remember
that
my
his character
character?
looked like that, but the banana pop, the ice cream that's like half chocolate and banana stripes.
Oh, yeah.
You remember my character? Yeah, and I had to go through. Nigga, you talking about grind? Y'all know how I am with this one player story, and you know you
You can't
start
skip those
off-
cutscenes.
Oh
You can't.
my
You can't skip those
god!
cutscenes.
You on a ship, then you gotta go, and I completed all of that because I was trying to get in there with y'all, and I feel like me and you played one
I
time.
think we hunted one monster. There was another cutscene, and then you're like, "Bro, let's get on something else." And then we got on something else.
oh, you can't skip the
You
cutscene.
can't
can't
skip the
skip 'em.
cutscenes.
That's
No.
dirty, bro.
No, future references for Monster Hunter developers allow us to skip the cutscene.
I don't know if they're gonna make another one, bro. They got a cult following. The way I see you on there, that's how I know they got like Shenmue. Shenmue. They got a cult following.
But yeah,
So,
I
we'll see.
for me, it's mainly just things that I know I could play with friends when it comes to PlayStation, because that's what keeps it fun for me. Even if it is repetitive, like Monster Hunter, since I was always playing with friends, we'd make it fun, even though we're hunting the same monster over and over.
And I think that's the biggest challenge for developers: how to make a multiplayer game story fun. And I'm like, yo, that's not my job. That's y'all's job. Figure that junk out. I feel like it's the easy way now. How many one-player games like have we had? We're in 2023.
See,
Why can't you? If we're gonna add to it, keep the core and add to it. Make it multiplayer. Like,
we're just spoiled.
What?
Because we're just spoiled with multiplayer. That's
you
it.
think so?
I think so, because think about it. We met when? In 9th grade.
Yeah.
What were we playing? PS2. We didn't have any
Yeah.
online. We tried
No,
because we were
online.
broke. We couldn't do it.
See,
Right.
But I think when it came to that, I mean, technically, yeah, you could do it now, but it's easier just to play a multiplayer game. But back then, you know, even if it was single player game on PlayStation 2, you'd all still get together and all hang out and make it fun because y'all be making jokes like, "Oh, go over there."
Well, it's
and something
fellowship,
like that, you know.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
But not every game that came out was multiplayer. The ones that were multiplayer were mostly sports games.
Right. Or they would be multiplayer, like even shooting games that are one player. They would have multiplayer PvP. Like we could play each other,
like GoldenEye.
Yeah,
something like that.
Red Faction.
But you know, back then you had a whole bunch of one-player games, and we were just playing the hell out of those.
Right.
It's enjoyment. But once we were introduced to multiplayer, you're like, well, I want to play multiplayer. I want to play with my friends.
Right. But it's like, like once you got used to, I don't know, like once you got used to not having to have a CD player in your car, like don't you ever put a CD player in my car, right? Like once we got the rear view camera, then everything is rear view camera.
And that's what I'm saying, is that we got spoiled. Once we got introduced to this new system, like, okay, I don't want that.
But don't go backwards, though. Don't go backwards. Like we're constantly growing, right? Like our attention span is so much shorter. Our expectations are higher now. You're right.
But there is also a large following though for games like this that are story driven.
Right.
That's true.
And there's a strong.
But I don't want to fight each other. I'm talking to two players. Like let's play together.
Co-op. Yeah. Co-op.
Because I mean, games still do that and they fall short. Like look at Gotham Knights. Yeah. Like you still have to put effort into the game. I feel like it's just a bigger challenge. Mm-hmm. I feel like they should take that on. I don't want to buy Spider-Man 3 different times, like for different suits.
I think at this point they're just like, no, if it ain't broke.
That's actually
that's true. I think they're gonna do well. I'm sure they're gonna do well.
That's what a customer told me. Because we were all talking about like the Sony Showcase. It was like a group of us in there just talking, and one of the customers was like, "I'm not getting the new Spider-Man game," and we're like, "Why?" He's like, "I don't want to get a new game just for new Spider-Man suits." That's exactly his argument. He's like, "I'll just stick with the first one. I'm not gonna regrind for more suits, or it'll be the same suits and add like 2 more, and that's it." And I just laughed, and I was like, I'm sure it's going to be more than just suits. And he's like, nah.
I mean, you're going to have a different story, but you can watch the story on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Without having to play it. They're going to be different looking moves, but I'm like, in essence, when I looked at that symbiote suit, lift up like 4 people, right? Mm-hmm. What we're seeing, to me, is just like Blue Beetle. When you look at the Blue Beetle trailer, the movie actually looks trash. But what attracted a lot of people was that sword.
Yeah, Cloud
it's
sword.
It's the aesthetic, yeah. But then what happens when you watch the movie and then he loses the sword for 50 minutes in the movie? Or if his moves are like Leonardo when he used to use the sword in the cartoons. We talked about this before.
Yeah, he doesn't actually cut anyone.
It's just
deflecting with it and that's it.
Yeah, like it's not fulfilling. I don't know. It's not. I don't know. So when he lifted those people up with the tentacles, I was like, if you just eliminate those tentacles, it's the same thing he did in 2 when he had the electromagnetic suit. No, he could just lift them up.
Miles.
Yeah, Miles. Yeah. I'm like, it's the same thing. It just looks different. I don't want to, bro. Just do something for me, man. Don't have me paying for $60.
It's the first gameplay trailer after all.
It's the first gameplay.
It's the first gameplay trailer.
And they didn't expand on what was going on. Or how the
I just really
works.
Believed you when you came down hard and was like, it's not gonna be multiplayer.
I don't think it is. Like, I really don't.
I really hope it has something, because like it really doesn't make sense to have 2 Spider-Mans and then you just can't have a co-op.
But you can't play with them in the same different times.
Even if it's just co-op on the missions, like they say, like y'all play separate when y'all on the overworld and stuff, and then you could join someone's lobby once they start a mission. It's still something. Because, again, 2 Spider-Mans just for them not to be.
But that wouldn't be the first time we got let down by a game like that.
Facts. But how dope would that be to not just have 2 Peter Parkers, right? But 2 different Spider-Man.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Because they'll fight completely different.
Yes. And y'all will be together.
So y'all actually get to choose, like, oh, no, I want to be Miles because I like the electric stuff that he has. Like, oh, no, I want to be the regular Spider-Man because of all the different web things that he could do, you know?
Yeah.
So it's.
No, I mean, I'm on board with you guys. I would love a 2-player co-op, but I just don't feel like they're going to bring it out.
Y'all remember Kane and Lynch?
Yeah.
Bro, that was one of the first 2-player games. I was like, oh my God, this is different. Kane and Lynch was onto something, and Fear. You remember that game Fear we played? The third one? They had like this vampire ghost and then like a SWAT team member. So different. They fought so different, but and you all would be in different areas sometimes. I think about stuff like that. That it's easy. Why y'all don't have to just be running together like you said, free roam, or even if it's not free roam. Why can't you all just be in 2 different places doing 2 different things? Like I don't know. Just look at and I'm gonna leave this alone after this. Look at what's the video game that's a show now that everybody really likes?
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Think about like how that came onto the scene. It's like how the man and the little girl interact, even when you're just playing with the guy or you're playing with the girl. Like, there's a lot of things they can do, man.
Oh,
they
yeah,
can.
for sure.
It's 2023. We played a lot of different video games, like PT.
Yeah.
They can make it
R.I.P.
happen, bro.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't disappoint
that new
me.
Silent Hill might be like PT. We haven't seen anything about it. They literally showed like just the teaser of
The one in Japan.
Yeah, they just showed like teaser imagery of Japan, and they're like Silent Hill coming soon, and that's it. So that one could
Not
be
the
like
remake?
PT. No, not the remake. They're making a brand new
They're making a
Silent
new
Hill,
one.
but it's gonna take place in Japan, like old style Japan. Think of like Ghost of Tsushima sort of time.
Feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So that might be like PT.
That's gonna be
Bro,
scary. 'Cause you ain't got no
PT.
guns and nothing. You just got.
Oh, y'all said
sword.
ancient Japan?
Yeah. That's why I said like Ghost of Tsushima, like way
shoot.
back when, you know.
Bro, PT that game was wild, bro. I used to have people come over
It
and
was
play that
scary.
game and act like I never played it before. I'd be like, all right, here, you do this. Okay. I don't know, probably go in there. I don't know what you think.
Nah, this nigga.
Bro.
I still think about that sometimes. When I think about like just scariest things, like how you find like that fetus in that sink or
Talking
whatever.
like a radio host.
And I was like, what the hell? I still think about that to this day. Like, what the fuck was
I remember how
that,
it
man?
talked. It was talking like a grown man.
Silent Hill effect right there.
Yeah, like it just stays in your mind, and that like you just can't stop. Like there's certain scenes from scary movies, games that just stays in my mind. The crying part in Dead Space with that washing machine shaking, you just hear a baby crying. That stays in my mind as well.
I think you
You know?
talked about it though.
Yeah.
What else?
What else stays in my
Talk
mind?
about some of the scariest moments I can think of that stayed on your mind from a movie.
Sinister. The one where
The lawnmower.
the lawnmower that stays in my mind
Just
too.
because how abruptly it was.
It was, yeah, because like it just kind of like sudden and stuff like that, and then you just hear like, god damn, like it's just so.
The music was
Yeah.
wild in that.
That's one of the best scary movies.
Yeah.
Sinister.
Sinister.
was
Sinister is
good.
my top scary movie.
I watched Evil Dead today.
new
Evil
one?
Dead Rising. Yeah,
How was it?
I heard
It
it was
wasn't bad.
mediocre. Yeah.
it wasn't bad. It was it wasn't bad. I don't know. Hey, maybe that'll be a list next time though. The top 5 scariest moments in a film.
That's something that just sticks with you.
But you gonna do it though?
Stuck with you. Am I gonna do it? I'm going to do it as long as I remember.
Well, as long as
I sent a reminder in the chat. I even said like, "What are the lists?"
Yeah, but then even when it came
Mhm.
across with your answer, I still
Yeah.
thought it was. I had to skim over it because I thought I had it. I already had it. Matter of fact.
But back to the Sony Showcase. Other things that they showed, that everyone thought this was gonna be like the new PSP. Hell, I still talk about it with some employees and customers. They still think it's like an actual portable.
With the controllers
Nah.
on the
Yeah.
side.
yeah, it's just like
not.
a
It's-
separate screen.
Streaming,
It just
yeah.
streams it. Alan said it the best way. He called it a Wii U gamepad.
Pretty much.
And that's exactly what it is, because you still need Wi-Fi connection, and you still need the system on your system to work, because it just streams what games you have already. That's
Yeah.
all it does. And I already know this thing is probably going to cost like $300.
It ain't,
Because
it ain't gonna be worth it. It's gonna flop.
yeah, it is.
Here's the
definitely
funny
is.
thing about that. I wonder if it's gonna flop. Since we've been playing Madden, right? One thing that we do is log on to the PlayStation app
Through
and
the
watch
phone.
the game.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, now you get a point, but you said you gotta have Wi-Fi.
You do got to have Wi-Fi. Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you just
unless you use like a
can use
hotspot. You
but
can use
then
it's
how
gonna
would that
suck.
go?
Yeah, it's
how
gonna
would
suck.
that go?
That lag.
Yeah, especially trying to play Madden. It'd be like that. Remember when we were playing Madden and I pushed square, but it did it like super late, so my character just like dove into yours. So stupid.
Yeah, I
I
remember
hate
that.
Madden.
I just wonder like what other games do people play, you know? But the Wi-Fi part
You need
is so
that.
weird.
Yeah, that's what like pretty much ruins it at that point. Cause like,
Unless you drive like a Tesla, like the cars that got Wi-Fi built in.
are those even good?
Do they even play PlayStation? The people that drive those cars. I don't know.
Because, like, at that point, it's like, all I could see actually using it will be, like, kids. Like, they're going, like, out to a party and they don't know anyone there. Then they have that because they can play a little PlayStation game. Yeah. But at that point, just buy your kid a Switch. You know, it's most likely a lot cheaper anyways. And then they won't have to be asking whoever's house they're at, what's the Wi-Fi password?
Your kid's probably only playing Fortnite anyways. So
yeah, it's going to be on the Switch regardless. So...
You gotta have Wi-Fi. That's wild. Mm-hmm. But that could be like an Apple ploy. That could be you gotta have Wi-Fi, and then 3 years later they drop the something, whatever it is, part 2, where you don't have to have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but everybody's like at that point, it's just it even looks ugly. Like, cause
I saw like a big screen with the little 2 controllers.
Yeah, so it looks like a PlayStation 5 controller, you know, sawed in half with the screen in the middle, but the screen doesn't match the controllers, so so it doesn't even look like it fits correctly
because the screen's bigger than the actual
controllers.
Right, I saw that.
So it just looks wonky as well.
But one thing about PlayStation, they haven't let us down when it comes to comfort. It's like the controllers. Mm-hmm. I remember when they came out with the PS5 controller, I was like, why change it? PS4. Why change it? But now
you're like, it ain't bad, huh?
Yeah, you go back to the PS4 and be like, ugh, it hurts. Like just to go through my share play.
Speaking of controller, they're also making a new controller too, like an accessibility controller, like for people with like disabilities or whatnot. It's like this weird circle thing, but it has like all the buttons right there. So like, for example, you could play a game with just one hand. You know,
it's gonna be cheating.
It's gonna be cool. Nigga, people who are disabled like that.
Yeah.
Boy, I've seen gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for real?
Warzone, they be off the chain.
Yeah, I also seen them play Destiny, like to do raids and whatnot. Yeah, like they could do all the mechanics, and they're just playing with like one hand. Like, god dang. Boy, but that just, you know, they have no other choice, so they have to get
big ups like to them.
But yeah, I always said, you know, more companies need to be doing that too. I even donated one time for that. You know, they try to help kids with disabilities and stuff to find games and make controllers that makes it easier for them to play games. You know, I always had a fear because, like, shoot, what if one of my kids has something like that? I still want to be able to play Mario Party with them, whatever, you know? So I always like causes like that.
Question. So that scary video game that I suggested in the chat, had y'all ever...
What's it called, like Maiden or something?
Yeah, I was looking at it with you. Remember the
I know, yeah,
the picture thing? Yeah,
we did. What was it called?
Madeline?
That was Maiden. Something with an M.
Let me see.
Okay, but yeah, that. What do y'all think about that? So I haven't looked at.
So I'm gonna be completely honest.
Did y'all look at it?
I saw a little more into it. So I think Five Nights at Freddy's is a fun game, but I play it every now and then. Yeah, but that's more of a game where it's like when I want to see it, I'd rather just watch someone else play it. Gotcha. This is one of those games. It looks like for me. Like I'll probably. I was trying to find it.
Well, the idea was definitely for us to play it, one of us play it, and to stream it. But you gotta play it by yourself. You gotta play it in the dark.
See, it's funny how he always comes up with these ideas, but he's never the one that's like, "I'll do it."
I mean, no, I get it. But I initially thought all of us getting it, but maybe it makes sense if just one of us gets it and y'all just walk through. I haven't looked at any video on it.
It was something with the camera though, right? Yeah, I saw a camera. I remember that.
Was it a camera? He was walking around with a camera.
Is it like that? What's the other game?
Outlast,
dog.
With the camera.
No, the one where you take
alone.
Yeah, you take pictures
with the girl.
Fatal
Frame.
Yeah,
the girl, right?
Yeah,
she was that was wild. I never played that. It just, I got it, but it was just it looked so boring.
I want to say I played a demo when I was like, yeah, this ain't for me.
Fatal Frame.
Yeah,
it reminded me of Pokemon Snap.
Bro, I was like, they got to take a picture. I was like, okay, I'm done.
I thought that was really gonna turn me into somebody playing Pokemon Snap.
Yeah,
I thought I was gonna have a career in photography.
I thought I was gonna have a career. I forget the name of it, bro.
Wow, I saw you sent it in the group chat. I can't find it for the life of me.
It might have been in the PlayStation chat. I'll find it.
I'll
find it eventually. But I mean, I'll look at it and see it because I just remember the camera.
Yeah.
But from that. You see, they're remaking Snake Eater.
Oh yeah, they are. Mm-hmm.
Remaking it?
Yeah, like pretty much like ground up, so kind of like what they did for Resident Evil.
Okay,
But
they're probably gonna shorten it then. That game was.
I highly doubt it.
I doubt they're gonna shorten it. They're gonna make it longer.
Yeah, because Metal Gear 5 was also still really long. That's just the way they just do Metal Gear.
5
it's just long.
5?
4?
4.
4 was long too, but 5 is also long too.
5.
Which one?
They all have.
5 when he was aging fast.
No, that's 4.
4 was Guns of the Patriot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 4.
And then 5.
4 is Guns of the
and
Patriot.
then 5 was
like the Phantom Pain or the.
Yeah, that was real. Yeah, that
was
long too as well. Because they had a demo. The demo was long.
Ground Zero.
And he finished the demo.
Yeah, it just all Metal Gear games are just long as hell. So I promise you they're gonna keep it just as long. They're gonna make it look pretty.
Metal Gear was different.
Kojima, right?
Yeah, but he's not part of that.
This one?
More. Yeah, they kind of.
Well, I'm talking about the other ones.
Oh, the other ones, yeah, that was all his, and now they're trying to do it without him. And I remember the first Metal Gear game they made without him was that
Fortnite.
Zombie one.
Fortnite, like
that shitty zombie. So, Kojima was the guy that made Metal Gear. He also made the PT demo. Well, Konami pretty much said, "Yeah, we're no longer wanting to work with you, but we're keeping Metal Gear with us." So he can't do anything with that no more. It was such a horrible instance. They didn't even allow him to get the awards for Metal Gear 5 at the award show, the video game awards.
But these video game people really be beefing, bro.
Yeah, terrible situation. And they're like, "Yeah, we don't need Kojima. Like, we could do Metal Gear ourselves." And the first one they made was that Metal Gear Survive, the worst game I have ever seen in existence. Like it's very slow paced, and it's like a lot of extra nothing, where like you constantly have to be eating food, drinking water. You get tired really easily. There's really no story for the most part. It's just a terrible game. So, and for it to be their first game that they were like, "Yeah, we could do it without him," just pretty much said it to where no, they need him to do it.
Bro, I didn't know anything about this game.
You looked it up?
I'm looking it up now.
Yeah. It was ass.
So that's probably why they're remaking a Snake Eater, because like you don't need him at that point because he already did it.
Well, the Snake Eater isn't Snake, right? It's Big Boss. Snake Eater is the actual.
Don't ask me about the stories. No, they're so confusing.
They're
so convoluted.
Snake Eater is the one where it's in the 70s, right? Or the 80s, and he's in the grass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like in the swamp areas.
So, because Snake is a clone. He's cloned from a fighter, Big Boss.
Yeah.
And then Big Boss is the guy that you play with in Snake Eater. I remember that. And then they did 4. I forgot about 5. Dang. Huh.
What's next?
Last one about the Sony Showcase. Destiny. The final shape. They show Cade is still alive.
Cade is still alive, or is where was he?
About that.
An imagination.
Yeah, or an imagination. I even
saw. Nobody knows.
No. Since just a teaser, everyone's trying to figure like, is he actually back? But then you see like the light on his gun and from his eyes, like, is he just like a, like not imagination, but kind of like a projection, I guess you could say, of the light. I saw something else where it's like, Zavala's probably gonna die because Zavala wasn't in there, and especially since Lance Riddick passed away, they're just gonna write him off before Final Shape comes around. Who knows?
Have y'all seen John Wick 4?
No.
So I started to watch it.
Started?
Yeah.
You finished?
No. That movie is.
Wait a minute. How far did you get into it?
So I actually got maybe about an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe about an hour 20. That movie is full of S, bro. I like the third one. First of all, I don't like the story at all. They put a lot of story in that fourth one, but I brought this up because Lance Riddick is in it. Yeah. And I know y'all don't really care about John Wick, but have y'all seen the third one?
I've seen all of them except this newest one.
Oh, do you like them?
I was cool with them. I like all the action scenes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it's just like one of those movies you could just turn your brain off and just.
It's like James Bond to me, man.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, you don't like James Bond.
Yeah, I don't care for James Bond. It's just been too many of them, but this is what John Wick is to me. Yeah. It's just a whole bunch of crazy shit happening and this guy just surviving everything.
Then why don't you like Fast and the Furious?
See, want me to break that down for you?
That's interesting.
You want me to break that down for you? I'll break it down for you. Here, I'll give me 2 minutes. I don't like Fast and Furious where it's at now. When it first came out, I was in. I loved it. Street racing, cop trying to bring down these street racers because they're stealing shit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're seeing them as saviors of the planet Earth. That's why I'm turned on. Like, what the fuck happened? This went from street racing to illegal crimes to jokes all over the place, and this team is just saving.
Jokes everywhere.
This is humanity's last hope.
The Avengers.
Yeah, that's why I don't like these movies. Had you made these movies and slapped a different title on it, I've been okay with it. But the fact that you're still feeding on that Fast and Furious is stupid to me. And the fact that you're still trying to pull Paul Walker along with it is even more ignorant, and it pisses me off. Leave that man dead. Like, let him rest.
I forgot about that.
Because you're still trying to use him to get people in to be like, oh my God, they love him so much. They're putting him in here. What a tribute. No. They're using him to get more popularity. That's all it is. And now we have to go through 2 more of these fucking movies because they want to make this last one a trilogy.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Wait,
so
really?
They are doing
Yes.
more.
So they're breaking it into 3 parts, this last one.
Yes.
Oh my God.
They're making a trilogy out of a trilogy.
Here's the compelling part to all of this.
Mm-hmm.
They're making billions.
They are.
Because there's a lot of people out there just like on the wave.
Billions of dollars, bro.
It's the
I'm
same
like-
people that watch Transformers.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I haven't seen Transformers since Sheea Laboof or whatever the hell his name is.
Who?
I don't know.
Chia
That nigga
Pet.
transformed into Indian.
I'm not good with names, bruh. The guy from Holes.
Yeah. And his last one was the 3rd one, right? It was the 3rd one.
Is
Yeah.
it the moon one?
Age of the Moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen maybe 1 after that, or maybe 2. When
The
did
Mark
Wahlberg
Wahlberg.
come in? He came in right after.
They goes right after
Yeah.
Shia
LaBeouf? Okay, yeah.
because they replaced him with
Shia LaBeouf? Yeah. I mean, with Mark. Yeah. So that's the one that we were looking at. We were trying to find him fighting.
Oh yeah, where he blocked the Transformer with that
yeah.
sword. Yeah, that's so crazy.
Mark
Thank God I
Wahlberg
stopped.
Can do anything.
He should be in Fast and the Furious, bro.
He might be. There's 2 more movies.
That's
We
true.
don't
He
know.
might be the next bad guy.
Dog, that Fast and the Furious. The only reason why I stopped talking down on them because I never watch it. They making billions of dollars, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This last movie they made like 1.61 billion.
Yeah,
The movie
they're
before
banking a lot. I just don't like.
How did they do that?
It's because their
How did
main
they do
demographic is like people around the age of like 22
Nope.
to
Lower
about.
I think that it's older.
I think it's a lot younger.
Yeah, it's younger to about like teenagers, like 15. Like just in between there is their main demographic that they want to
They're getting
attract.
15 to like 40, and then people that are into cars.
I really think
Or
that their
action.
primary demographic is like
That's where he messed up.
30
You didn't get my car.
like 33 through 60. I think that's their primary demographic.
You think 60-year-olds are going to watch
Figure
this?
that out right now.
I do.
Let's see.
I do because I saw 60-year-olds going to watch that 44 for Brady, whatever the hell that was.
That's
Like,
different. Them old white women looking at Brady.
and old white women love The Rock and Vin
But
Diesel.
The Rock ain't even in this anymore.
Right, that's what I hear.
Well, I hear that he's in this one. Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
yes,
He's at the end or some shit.
So the main demographic, apparently, based off of Fast and the Furious 9, that watched this movie, 60% of the film's audience are male, 51% are under 25, and 37% are Latino.
Bro, my
And how
people let
many?
us down.
How many?
37%.
I believe it. Because those are those
Because-
low riders.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna
And
say.
they gave him that essence in the first one. Like
Yeah.
Vin Diesel was almost Mexican in that first one.
Wait, I think he's supposed to be Hispanic, ain't
In these movies, yeah.
he? He's
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name? What's his name?
Dom.
Dominic Toretto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, listen, they were brilliant because the first one was good.
I love the first one.
First
For
one good. The
sure.
second one, I was like, okay.
I'm like, okay, I like this one
with it.
pass.
Yeah. And then I heard Bow Wow. I was like, Bow Wow.
I checked that after that.
Good. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
no.
good. But you know what? They didn't need me. I'm like, they found their audience. I remember when that first Fast and the Furious came out, and they were interviewing some people on the news. And they were talking about, because all the street racing going on, they're like, is this movie an influence? Because they were trying to pin it on Fast and the Furious. Like, it's influencing more street racing in the cities.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we don't like those type of movies. Real street racers, we don't cut for Fast and the Furious. It's all kind of impossible stuff, like the cars going up under the, which I guess you could say they always started being
under the 18-wheeler.
Yeah, they always started not making sense because those cars were driving up under them 18-wheelers. Well, and as I was getting older, I used to look at I was like, how did they do that? Like, when you see how low that is.
The cars are low, and then in the movie they lifted the trucks up because people were actually doing it and causing accidents.
Right, I remember that.
I was like, you're idiots for believing this.
You're idiots for going to watch Fast 10. And you know what? I talked to somebody, and she was like, she didn't really like this last one because it was a little more realistic. She said this is real talk. She said they went back to the origins because it was a lot more about racing, and she didn't like
Jason.
Vin
Diesel.
Momoa.
Oh, Jason Momoa.
Jason. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Say he was like, she didn't expect his character to be so flamboyant, so she didn't like that. And
my guy's flamboyant in real life.
He definitely come off that way, yeah. But I think they be like in that hard grizzly type look
Aquaman.
Giving. Yeah,
that's what they want. Nah, they don't want Aquaman. They want
the nigga
Darth
from
Raki.
Game of the Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what they're
I still
wanting.
never seen. But she said that, and she said, if you're gonna be over the top, be over the top. She said they kind of honed back, or they kind of came back from the over the topness. She said in this one, I'm like, it's people that look forward to that, but I guess that's it. If you watching it
just
from
mindless fun,
if you watch it from 5 to 10, then you want to see how much further. Because she was like, they were going into space, they were doing this. You like that stuff,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, had they just slapped a different name on it, made it a different movie, like a different franchise, fuck it, yeah, that's fine. I don't
The
care.
Expendables.
Yeah, but when you're telling me that this is a street racing movie in space, now we got issues.
it's making $1 billion. Who is doing? Bro, who's supplying Arby's? Who is keeping Arby's alive? Who's keeping Long John Silver's alive? And who is going to watch these movies?
We just saw it. Hispanic guys under the age of 25.
Now let's see if we all support Blue Beetle like this when it drops.
I'm hoping that 39% go see Blue Beetle too.
I'm wondering.
I'm not. But
you're not gonna go see it?
I'm not.
Nah, we're gonna have to go see
Blue
it.
Beetle?
It's a goodie click guarantee.
We're going to go see
that.
it.
Yeah,
if we want to see Spider-Man.
If we see it as a group, I'll go.
Yeah. Oh, that's the only way, bro.
I'm not gonna watch it by myself.
I know for a fact we were gonna watch The Flash, Spider-Man, Ninja Turtles, and Blue Beetle.
Or something else.
Oh, Fast and Furious. X.
Like that.
Was it Aquaman
coming out or
something
already
coming out? Something else coming out. I forget. Well, Aquaman.
We don't even know when Aquaman is coming out.
Supposed to come out. I thought it was this year. Oh, they moved it back.
Yeah, those are the only ones I remember. The Flash, Spider-Man, Ninja Turtles, and Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Wait, The Flash, Spider-Man. Yeah, Ninja. Okay.
Ninja Turtles and Blue Beetle.
So Spider-Man comes out next week? Yeah, Spider-Man comes out Thursday.
This Thursday?
Yeah, it comes out Thursday.
I thought it was June 9th.
Spider-Man comes
June
out
9th
Thursday.
is Thursday, isn't it? No, June 9th is a Saturday.
Is it?
Bro,
Spider-Man Across
the
Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah. Then when does The Flash come out?
That comes out.
Oh. Yeah, that's this week. I guess we're going to go see Spider-Man this week, and we'll have a review for y'all Sunday.
Are y'all able to see it Thursday?
Yeah.
I'm going to see it Thursday.
Oh, you know what? No. I closed Thursday. God damn it. I can see it Friday.
What time you get off when you close?
9:30.
You in Waxahachie?
Yeah. I'm literally right there. So if
9:40. Or y'all want to do Friday?
I can't do Friday.
Okay.
I'm going to be out of town Friday evening and Saturday.
What showtimes are there on Thursday?
I'll be back Sunday.
9:40 is the latest.
9:40.
Wait. That's Cinemark. Showbiz.
Yeah. We'll figure that out.
Showbiz is like 9:10. Yeah. We'll figure that off air. But yeah, it's looking like 9-10.
I'll figure it out.
Anyways, keeping with movies. So, and it just hit me yesterday morning.
Wait, and I'm so sorry.
No, continue.
9-10. The previews are 30 minutes.
About 15, 20 minutes.
No, longer now. Yeah, like 25, 30 minutes. Yeah. So you'll have that time. Should be.
I mean, we can, and I'll just rush with closing and like I gotta
How
go.
far away are you from Showbiz?
Like 3 minutes away.
Oh yeah.
He's like right down an exit.
Yeah,
Two
really.
exits.
Yeah, you'll make it. All right, what you gonna say?
Anyways, so I turn on Netflix, and I get this screen.
Didn't watch Vengeance.
No, because my daughter wanted to watch Pokemon. Yes. Anyways, turn on Netflix, and it says, we want to make sure this is the household that the main account is tied to.
Wow.
If this is the main account, please hit accept. If not, you can sign up. And then it had like the stuff to like sign up for the stuff. And I was like, no. So I closed Netflix and reopened it. And it let me watch it. I was like, oh, thank God. But they have been sending out those emails to like the main accounts of whoever has Netflix that within like the coming few days, weeks or so, they're going to be pretty much shutting off Netflix for whoever's not using it in your household Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's like you have to have a membership for like $10 a month or something. They're gonna charge.
Yeah, they're gonna charge an extra $9 per person outside of your Wi-Fi. And they said you can watch Netflix outside of your Wi-Fi, I think for 3 days, and then after 3 days it just cuts it off for you.
Again, if Blockbuster wants to make a comeback, this would be the time.
And it's funny because Blockbuster actually just tweeted out that day. Yeah, they said that
we didn't care who you shared with, just as long as you brought it back on time.
Yeah.
And then they tagged Netflix.
At Netflix. Yeah,
they
Netflix.
might just be trolling, bro. They may not do anything.
They may not, but it's just funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, so Netflix is gonna start rolling out, and it's crazy because this is gonna be the death of Netflix. I already know it. Mm-hmm. Netflix is not gonna come back from this because they're gonna be doing this, and they're expecting like, oh yeah, people will just pay for it. No, people will go to stuff like HBO, Disney Plus, Hulu, Peacock, Paramount.
Who just rebranded HBO?
HBO, Max.
It's just Max.
Yeah.
I think they have who?
Discovery.
Discovery, yeah.
Yeah.
Put them together. Which is awesome.
So everyone's gonna go to that, and then they're like, oh, we have the big shows like Stranger Things. No, you don't, because of the writer's strike. It's indefinite now. And then, so everyone's just going to leave, and I know they're going to go back on this. They're going to go back on it. Just give it about like a year's time.
Even if they never go back on it, and you're like, oh, here's Stranger Things. People are going to sign up for that 1 month. Get that free trial for that week, and then watch it.
I'll wait till all the episodes are out, get that 3-day free trial, and watch it all in those 3 days.
Well, we don't know about that, because you didn't even watch Vengeance in this week and a half. So.
Well, I'm not paying for Vengeance.
That nigga gonna waste them 3 days. What?
I honestly probably would.
You gonna try to watch it like I was trying to watch The Office?
I'm gonna have unlimited emails to get that 3 day.
That nigga Dwight was like, and it just stayed there.
And they watching The Office at midnight, and it just cut off.
Bro, that nigga was just looking like that, bro, and then stopped. And then that much just softly went to a transparent black screen, nigga, with no longer occurrence or something like that. It said it had a code. Boy, I was mad.
But yeah, this is gonna be the end of Netflix.
Oh, it's gonna hurt them really bad. At this point, just get cable.
Because every other streaming is just doing like significantly better. I mean, hell, I think Max is doing really good right now.
But that just get cable. It's like, what's the real alternative? Because nobody really wants to have cable.
There's really no alternative.
Bro, cable's expensive, bro.
Yeah, but think about it this way:
other streamings, like just like Max or Disney Plus.
Right, but here's the thing: you're paying for Max, you're paying for Paramount, you're paying for Peacock or whatever the hell. You might as well fucking get cable. You're gonna be paying the same thing.
That's still not even a bro.
Even sharing
cable bill was like, when I looked at it, it was almost $200.
Or you know what, like
that's true.
YouTube TV.
That's what I'm saying. YouTube TV,
that's the cheapest alternative, and you get pretty much everything.
See, what sucks too when I think about my mom, I think about older people being able to navigate it the way she navigate cable.
Yeah,
but you know what? This is me just thinking of. Bro, she be on that iPad so hard, bro. Look, let me say this too. I meant to send you this video. I'm gonna send it to you. Man, I caught her watching. So she loves Court TV. She's watching Judge Mathis on her iPad with the volume up. At the same time, Judge Judy is on TV with the volume up. Everybody going in. Judge Mathis calls somebody a crackhead. Judge Judy tell people to shut up. At the same, and I was like, I thought it was us that had ADD, bro. She worse than everybody, bro. That's wild. But I'm thinking with that, her being able to navigate that, maybe she can navigate YouTube TV now, because I've really been wanting to try to get her into that. And a friend of mine told me that it got everything on there.
You got cable at your house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she navigates through that.
Yeah, through cable, yeah.
It's just like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I've had it.
I swore I seen it. It's
but the
exactly
remote
same
though,
thing.
what do you use?
Whatever you're using for
the TV?
Yeah, whatever you're using to stream YouTube on.
Yeah,
that's what you're using.
Like, for example, if you put, like, let's say you put it on the PlayStation 4.
I'll have to put it on the PlayStation.
Because I was gonna say the PlayStation sells an actual remote. It looks like a TV remote, and you can just get something like that and make it easier than to try to figure out an actual PlayStation controller.
And she could turn the PlayStation on and off with that same controller.
Yeah, because it literally has all the buttons just in the shape of a controller, of a TV remote. So it makes it so much easier to use. I have a ton at my job, and I see them all the time. I'm like, pretty nifty.
Oh, you got them there? I'll buy it.
Oh, yeah.
You got a PS5 one in there?
Yeah.
I might get one of those.
Yeah. I have PS5, PS4, and then the one for the Xbox as well.
They got one for Xbox?
Mm-hmm. For the 360, for the one. I don't remember if there's one for the series, but I know it's for those two.
For that series?
What is that again? That's the
mini
one,
fridge.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the newest Xbox X series?
Yeah, right there. The Series X.
But that's what it's called, Series X.
Yeah. Well, there's the Series X, which is the disc version, and then the Series S, which is the digital version.
Digital version with
less something. Yeah.
Else.
So the X has a terabyte.
Less memory.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have 4K.
Yeah. But because of that, it's stupid cheap. So, like, for example, the PlayStation 5, $500. PlayStation 5 digital, $450. The Series X, $450. The Series S, $230. So it's like $200 cheaper.
It's way cheaper, but you're just not getting that
Yeah.
luxury of the 4K or the memory.
Bro, that's not even a luxury anymore. That's a standard at this point.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What else we got?
So that's pretty much about it. Other than the list.
How long have we run?
This is an hour 18.
So we still got our list, and then just a random tangent that I found at work. So guy came in. You know those people that have like those banana nut breads, and they sell them, and they talk about like the church or whatever association they're with, about being like homeless, drug addict, whatever, anything like that. I always let them do their spiel. Sometimes I buy the bread if I really want the bread. Sometimes like, nah, I'm good. But as this guy's talking, I have 3 employees with me, and one of them, she gives like the dirtiest look I have seen anyone make. Like, it was horrible. I was getting pissed off looking at her face from this guy talking about, it's like how, about how he overcame his homelessness.
Your employees looking at him?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she was like, none of that stuff's even worth it anyways. And, so the guy starts talking to her, and they pretty much start bickering. And she just has, like, such an attitude towards this guy. And the breads went up, by the way. They're, like, $10 now to get a bread.
What? I thought they were just donate what he could. He get a bread.
No, you have... Because the other employee gave him $2, and the guy was like, okay, thank you, but it's $10 to get a bread.
That don't sound right, bro. Because it's like it's a charity thing. They just collect whatever you can.
Exactly. But anyway, she kept giving like dirt, like the nastiest looks. And then she was like, "It's not even worth doing any of this stuff. Like you're pretty much just saying a whole bunch of stuff to this guy." I know that guy was getting pissed because he was like, "Yeah, okay, well, God bless y'all." Didn't even look at her when he said it, and then left. And I was afraid to ask her, so I asked her husband, which is my other employee. I was like, yo, what's wrong with her? Why is she acting like that all of a sudden? And he's like, oh, I've been a part of that stuff. He's like, that stuff's actually a pyramid scheme. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, apparently like 15 years ago, he joined like one of those things. because he was homeless at the time and he needed a place to stay. And you know how they say that they help that stuff?
Yeah.
Apparently they put him in a 1-bedroom apartment with 15 other people with like bunk beds, 3-tier bunk beds is what he said.
So what you're saying is he had a roof over his head.
But the other thing was he said they gave like no food, no soap, no clothes, nothing that they claimed to be given.
Oh, that's not illegal.
And
It is.
And then he says the breads that they sell too, they don't get commission off of it. He says you would expect like they'd get like at least like a cut of it, you know, so just make some sort of money since they're doing it all day anyways. No, they don't get any of it.
So what are they selling it for? They're just selling to stay there?
It goes to the organization or church or whatever it is, but it doesn't go back to the people.
Why would they want to ever sell it?
Okay, that's part of the thing. Yeah, you stay here, but you got to go do this.
Yeah, and so he said that there's one that's not like that. I forgot what the name was, but he says that never trust those things.
What is it called? So what is it called? Do you know? Do you remember?
The one that the guy was part of?
Yeah.
No, but they're always different. Like they're always different names that I hear, and every time they hand me a flyer, it's always something different. What's the name that
you've heard of selling banana nut bread?
It's always banana nut bread.
It's like a little loaf.
Yeah, the loaf of bread.
Right, I've never.
You've never seen this?
They'll be in random parking lots. Like I found one at the parking lot of Joanne's.
Yeah,
one time.
This one came into again my job. I seen them at Walmart. I seen when I went to Den for friends. A guy was just like outside the gas station. So there's just random. You just see them randomly.
Speaking of random, I got a video. I went to North Park Mall last week, and there was a dude on the freeway where you exit to turn North Park Mall selling Pop-Tarts.
Huh?
Bro, what are you doing? The Pop-Tarts were coming out of like his own bag. Like it didn't look like he had a Pop-Tart stand. He had a box of Pop-Tarts and was just like, yo, you want these?
He was selling the box or a pack?
He was selling the box. I took a video.
And he stole them hoes.
Bro, yeah, stole.
That reminded me.
Them hot Pop-Tarts.
I'm going North Park Mall. I want to buy some Pop-Tarts from you.
So I used to, when I was the manager for GNC at DeSoto, just a man standing there with Pop-Tarts.
Bro, that's real life.
Bro, that's an actual man.
An actual man.
I thought you meant maybe like, a young teen.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
That's a grown man.
And looking like, making eye contact was like, bro, if you don't get out of my eyes, nigga. Like,
send me that video. I got to post that on our IG so people can see it.
Yeah. But anyways, when I was there at GNC, this guy would come in, and he would come in periodically, probably like once every 2 weeks or so. And think of the guy in Resident Evil 4, the guy that sells you guns, that big A trench coat that he has. So he'd come in like that.
What's his name?
The stranger?
He would open it. I think so.
That's not the stranger, is it? What's his name?
I don't know.
Okay. He would open it just like the thing, and it'd just be watches, but it'd be fake watches that he had.
He'd be in there like, "What are you buying?"
And he would always say like, "Yo, I'll cut you
a merchant.
I'll cut you a good deal on these watches and stuff." He's like, "I got all these top brands." No, they were fake as hell. I know they were. But he was just trying to sell watches to me.
Turn your wrist green.
To me and any customer that was in there, and I had to constantly keep telling them, "No, you can't be doing that in here, anyways." But he'd keep coming back. Yeah, he'd keep coming back.
He kept coming back. All you heard, "What are you buying?"
And there was one day I remember because he came back, and I'm just expecting that was Thunder. I was expecting watches again. He opened it. It was fucking perfumes. Like, and the thing, I was like, okay, now he's selling perfumes.
How are you smelling?
That nigga say, I told you not to be selling that stuff here. But last time you said no.
It was the same thing. He was like, yeah, I got all these perfumes and all that stuff. I was like, whatever. He came back. I'm like, okay, more fucking perfumes. Shit's gonna start smelling. No, he went back to watches. And I was like, bro,
selling at a high price.
Stealing whatever he can get and just selling it.
It's watch week.
Do you want the swatch?
I mean,
how about a Bolex?
It made sense though. Like at least at that part in DeSoto, I know like where that
Bowflex?
part of DeSoto, like where that Kroger or whatever the hell it is. I always be seeing people set up tents and they're just selling like random stuff. I saw a lady. She had like her trunk open and it was just pillows, and she had the sign right there. It was like $10 for pillows.
Them hoes bed bugs.
Y'all want to see another video? I was in Houston for my cousin's graduation, and it was a dude on the side of the road. It's a quick video, so just keep hitting play, cause I zoomed in on it. Yeah, just tapping hit play. That's a shrimp he's holding in his hand.
But that is a shrimp.
Yeah.
A crawfish? What the hell?
He holding a shrimp.
Oh, because what does that sign say? It says something.
It says something
fresh
like,
jumbo Gulf shrimp.
He showed you how jumbo it is.
It was big shrimp. But it's like, nigga, just on the side of the road, bro.
Send me that too, bro. Golly. Golly, nigga.
On the side of the road by Cavenders, nigga, selling a shrimp.
Jumbo shrimp.
A big shrimp.
People be wild for just selling stuff like that off the side of the road. I feel like the only people that should sell stuff off the side of the road like that are those people that be selling the fruits or puppies.
or kids.
I didn't think it's
nah, bro.
It's a market for everything.
People be selling puppies on the side of the road.
Don't be selling your shrimp.
Sell
me a dog.
Yeah.
Puppies. Just have all them puppies caged up, standing in their own feces and piss. Sell them to me. All right, so the list.
Okay, who wants to go first?
Bro, I get through my list first, bro. I actually have a lot, but I'm gonna go.
I got
more
1, 2,
recent.
3, 4, 5. I got 6.
Okay,
I'm for sure spelled them wrong too.
Wait, this is celebrity list, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Wait, what was the other list?
Nah, I'm making sure that's what we're doing.
Okay.
So, all right. So, since it's not worst heroes, right? Just
Hated
celebrity list that I just
like
really
there's people,
dislike.
that you dislike.
So, number 1, Ja Morant.
Okay, I'm assuming he made it just recently, or he's been on there.
I have not liked him for a long time.
Gotcha.
I haven't liked him any this year actually. Listening to him talk. Number 2 is The Rock.
Okay.
I feel like I'm learning more about him. I really used to like him.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna say I still like him. WWF.
Yeah,
and even in his early films, because I feel like he did change a lot. Like just watching the movie that he was in and hoping to see The Rock bottom and actually seeing it was dope. I've only seen a couple movies he's in. I can't do it. But the way he did Shazam, after I read a little more into it, I still didn't get any cold hard understandings past what you said. Him not wanting to be a part of it, because I guess his reasoning isn't just in stone anywhere. But I thought that was stupid, and he really hurt them.
You should. Have you read up on the Fast Furious dispute with?
I saw some of it. How he got into it with Vin Diesel and Tyrese.
Pretty much everybody. Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, but like everybody, right? Yeah. And he reminds me of the male Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I know she was getting into it with a lot of people.
I'm add her to my list.
Yeah, I had thought about her, but I was like, I don't know enough about her. And the first movie I ever saw her in, she had no lines. Well, she had lines at the very end. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. She did a good job. That makes sense why. All right, number 3, Paul Pierce.
Okay.
Never that nigga opened his mouth, bro. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. So I made it easy for the last 2. Stephen Curry.
Okay.
I don't like Steph Curry. And I was thinking honorable mention, but I hate both of these niggas the same because I feel they are the same person. Klay Thompson and Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they're the 2 corniest niggas in the NBA. I don't hate Draymond Green much anymore. Mm-hmm. I felt like he redeemed himself a little bit for me because this year when the Lakers beat him, he showed his frustration and him getting upset. Mm-hmm. He rubbed the ball and didn't show his face or whatever. But it's a level he didn't cross. It seemed like he was really passing the torch. Like he was like, you know what? I'm only angry because I'm losing. And he kind of held himself back. And then even after that game, after they lost, he gave props to Dennis Schroeder and was like, you know what, we'll never forgive you. And they signed the game ball to him.
I remember that.
Yeah, like, we'll never forgive you because you're the reason we lost this series. And you did what you were supposed to do. Now go on and finish the job and get the ring. I thought that was dope. So, I don't hate Draymond Green. Steph, Klay? I don't like Stephen Curry because I see all of the countless efforts LeBron makes to just try to be chummy with him, and he not feeling it. So, okay, that's fine. You're your own person. But then when I watch him play how he did Sacramento, light the beam, just all this disrespect. It's only disrespectful when he's up. And then when he's losing, he's just so
towel over the
whimsical.
face.
Yeah, towel over the face, hand over the face, head back. So anyway, that's it. Like those, when I think immediately of who I don't like, it's those 6. Those 6 niggas.
That was Beeman's top. Yuki?
Let me see. Hold on. How many do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Just
6, 7.
off.
It's 7. Okay. And this is also just, I'm sure there could have been more. I just had to really, really think about it. But what I got, The Rock. I'm pretty sure you already said enough about The Rock. Because also was that stuff with Fast and the Furious. And then there's that whole kidnapping debacle that he's still going through as well.
That's weird.
And it just keeps getting worse and worse for him. But it's funny when he does the little eyebrow thing. Can't forget that.
People's bro.
Brie Larson is the next one. And that was because of...
Is this in order?
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because of the Avengers. That's when it started. That's when I was like, gosh, she's such a bit, you know? And just because she was just getting into it with everyone. Like, she wanted to be, like, the biggest star, you know, for that. Where it's like, no one else really mattered. Everyone else is just a side character. She's the one, you know, like all eyes need to be on her. And I hated her personality. You see everyone joking around with each other, and then she would just have like this attitude, and it's like, ugh, it's a terrible person to be around, you know.
Toxic.
Yeah, toxic. Other one is Ezra Miller. I know we're about to go see The Flash, but all the stuff that he's done, you know, trying to fight people, all those allegations that were thrown at him, which turned out to be true. And then, you know, he doesn't really, not necessarily own up to it, but how can I say, he just keeps avoiding it, you know, but still trying to ride the stardom. Like, you can't do both like that. It's terrible thing. Like, he just makes it seem like he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Anyways, Aaron Rodgers. I hate Aaron Rodgers. I really never liked Aaron Rodgers. I never saw like the hype behind him and all that stuff. And then COVID happened, and I thought he was an effing idiot. You know, especially with all that stuff where it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna get the vaccine. I don't want to inject random stuff into my body. And then he goes does drugs in the Caribbean and stuff.
Say, but it's not random.
It's not random.
Drugs.
Yeah. I know what I'm injecting. I know what drug I'm putting in here.
Still, you know, like Aaron Rodgers is so corny, and then he still thinks he's like the shit. And now he's with the Jets. Now he's just gonna lose terribly.
He got a time to prove himself.
Hell no, he's gonna do horribly.
He's finna miss the playoffs.
And then he's gonna try to blame it on someone else. I know he is.
Aaron Rodgers, forgot about that guy.
Ellen, I don't know how to spell her last name. Degenerate. We'll just say that.
Degenerate.
I heard all the things about how it was like working with her, like from her show and stuff. That she was like just a bitch like to work with. Like she was just constantly berating people, expecting like the most out of like unpaid interns and stuff. Constantly just having attitudes, yelling at people. Like pretty much she's two-faced. Like she would be like that happy, you know, like loving everyone, always trying to do the best for someone on the show, but then behind the scenes, once it got out like from those videos, those like messages and all that stuff that she be doing, terrible person.
So let me ask you about that.
Yeah.
Before we move on, do you think her DJ committed suicide because of her? Like, do you think she was a part of that?
So honestly, I believe it. Like maybe she wasn't the main cause,
but she added to it.
She added to it. That was for certain that she added
the black
to
guy,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like how that girl from Activision Blizzard, how she committed suicide. Maybe Activision wasn't the cause of it, but they for sure added to it.
Added more.
Yeah. So that's why, like, I don't know how you also have that on your conscience and still just be like that happy go get 'em person. You know.
She rich.
Yeah, pretty much rich. She rich and white.
Then we got Adam Levine. I don't know if y'all heard about what he did.
Cheated?
Huh? No.
The cheating thing?
So that's not necessarily the main thing, because like a whole bunch of celebrities do that, you know, and it's not like you can just outright hate them.
That's with the baby or something, right?
Yeah, it's the fact that they wanted to name the baby after the person that he cheated with.
Wait, did they name the baby that, or they were discussing it?
I think they were discussing it. I think that's the name that he kept like pushing for, and then it came out that's the same name as the person he was cheating with. Like, you're so terrible for that. Like there's no coming back from that. Like, everyone already knows you're just the shittiest fucking dad ever at that point.
And that was like after he released that song too.
What song?
What they call it? Girls? One with Cardi B?
Oh yeah, because it was also dedicated to that girl too.
It was dedicated to that girl, but he had his wife and daughter in the video.
Yeah.
Really?
At the end, like when the song fades out, it's him and his wife hugging with their daughter.
But it turns out it was dedicated to the girl he was cheating with.
How they find that out? Text messages?
She was the one that said it. That girl.
She did everything.
Yeah, she pretty much was the one that popped it open. You know.
What? Her vagina? Or?
Both.
And the last one, Kanye.
Ooh.
Yeah. Can't forget about Kanye.
We missed the old Kanye.
We all missed the old Kanye.
Yeah. At least the AI Kanye is pretty cool. I wonder how much his like clothes and stuff is going for now. Have they been going up or going down because of his actions?
I don't think they've taken a direction.
No,
not that I've heard. Nothing significant enough to know about.
They're selling Yeezys again.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they got back with them to
get rid of that dead stock that they have.
Okay.
Because they can't move it without his name.
Yeah, they're not gonna make new ones. I'm assuming
that might happen. I don't think that's gonna work. But they have to get. They got so much dead stock that they can't move or touch without him. So they had to form a partnership to try to
get rid of
sell all that stuff.
Well, that was my list.
All right. Well, I'm gonna read mine off. It's in order.
Okay.
For the most part. So I got my 5, then I got 4 honorables.
Okay.
So number 1, Donald Trump.
I thought about putting him in there, and I was like, but it'd be so obvious.
I try not to do it political. That's
I try not to, but
anything is really, when you think about it, everything we talk about, it's political. We talk about not liking somebody, a celebrity, it's political. Yeah. Especially you talk about legal stuff.
I was just trying to stay out of the politics section, but I guess this is.
But it's all politics.
Yeah.
Anything legal.
Technically, he was a celebrity before he was a
politician.
President. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's number 1. Number 2, Jada Smith.
Oh, Jada Smith. So I was about to run through, since we were like doing honorable mentions too.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some people I left out because I was like, my reasonings are gonna get too passionate. So I was like, let me keep it right. Jada Smith, yeah, I'm with you on that, bro.
Number 3, Tekashi 6ix9ine. The troll of the century.
When he got jumped in that bathroom.
Mr. Talk all the shit, then gets beat up. I do not like him. I don't care how much good he does for his community. I don't think he does it. Like, he has videos of him giving money out. I think it's at Mexico or wherever the hell he's at.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he does it, of course, out of the kindness of his heart, because you're recording it. You're doing it for clout. You're doing it for views.
Mm-hmm.
When you're going to do something out of the kindness of your heart, you're just doing it.
Someone else will be recording it, not you.
Like, I just don't like that fool. Number 4, Skip Bayless. I do not like him at all.
That's so random.
That's one deep. He's right up under Tekashi. Ooh.
I do not like this. I don't like his takes. I think he's stupid. And I get it. It's a character. It's a character that he's playing.
No, I think that's him.
It probably is him.
No, I think you're right. I think that's really him.
Don't like him. And he posts on Twitter. He always comes up on my Twitter, I think, because I follow this Skip Bayless impersonator. So he pops up on and he's always posting a photo with his Jordan. He's like, I can never lose in these. Like, bro, you lose every debate on this show.
It's funny because, like, Skip Bayless is like, you know how y'all talking about, like, the old white woman, like, just love Tom Brady and stuff? Yeah. That's how I imagine him. Just like those old ladies.
He went to go see 80 for Brady.
Yeah, like, that's exactly
by himself.
I know he did.
With a big bucket of popcorn.
I know he did.
And an icy.
And
probably didn't have none of that though. That nigga is strict on his diet.
That nigga had a Mountain Dew icy.
Strict. A Mountain Dew icy. A diet Mountain Dew icy.
F that dude, bro.
That's true.
Number 5,
Diet Mountain Dew icy.
Pat Beverly. I don't like him. Never will.
Pat Beverly. You gotta remind me who that is.
The guy we were talking about showed the camera.
Basketball player.
Oh yeah.
Dude that got traded to the Lakers and he got signed to the Lakers, then got traded to the Bulls.
Nigga was talking about where he would like to go.
And then he was gonna, if the Lakers were to win the championship, he wanted to hit a ring.
Him and Westbrook. Westbrook really will never get a ring.
That's when I was kind of happy the Lakers lost. Like, these niggas don't deserve a ring.
I didn't want Westbrook to get a ring. I didn't.
Ringless. And my 4 honorable mentions, I have the Warriors starting 5, along with their 6th man, Aisha Curry.
Oh yeah, bro. I was thinking. Yes. Man. What is it about Aisha Curry?
She is so condescending, so conceited. Just
yes,
yeah.
Like,
what's one of the main things she did that got to you?
Man, it was a few years back. I forgot what it was, but she was trying to defend Steph. But it's like, this nigga did that.
She said the NBA was rigged. It was when it came back 3-1.
Yeah.
She said it was rigged.
What? Didn't she say something about Kobe too? I swore she did.
Well, let me tell you. So she got on my skin twice.
Yeah.
With the 3-1 thing, all of a sudden the NBA rigged.
Yeah, because they losing and they're about to not have this
get history broken on them. And then when she joined your other most hated, Jada Pinkett, on Red Table Talk, and they were like, when I go out, men don't hit on me
too
and all that. Yeah, it makes me not feel sexy.
Yeah.
And Jada's supporting it. That's another thing that made me not like Jada. Y'all are stupid.
That too. I remember that's like, you're not supposed to go out to be fishing for compliments from other niggas.
And she like, they looking. They like just supporting all of that bad.
Yeah, you got your husband in the NBA. Just focus on that.
And
keep that dude happy.
And that's when I realized Stephen Curry is a goofy nigga too. The way he was siding with that stuff. That's how she wants to talk. That's fine. And they all look alike. Y'all niggas look related.
It's that light skin.
They look related. Yeah, bro. Yeah, go ahead with that.
Next one would be Dwayne Wade. Now I'm gonna say Dwayne Wade, the NBA player.
Okay.
Him as an NBA player. I do not like him, and I will never like him since the 06.
Didn't y'all see him at a Chili's one time?
No, that was Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh. Okay.
I will never like. I respect him.
Leaving no tip or something like that?
No. He left a tip. Ooh, since we on air. He left a tip. He left what he was supposed to leave. Yeah, the waiter, when he found out what his status was, expected like a huge tip. But Chris Bosh left 20%. He was supposed to just normal tip. Yeah, it wasn't a huge bill either. I mean, it was a Chili's. It was
it was Chris Bosh at Chili's.
But yeah, that's the story though. Yeah, he was so disappointed. Thinking he was gonna be balling out on that tip.
Yeah, I got like a couple hundred or something.
Yeah, no sir.
Probably only got like $13.
Dwayne Wade. So Dwayne Wade, because of what he did in 06,
how he was as an NBA
demeanor,
player. Yeah, I don't like it. And even to this day, like if you catch him like talking sports as an analyst or whatever, he's still the same. Like, I don't like him. As a father,
Dwayne Wade from LeBron. That was it.
Yeah, as a father, I respect him, especially the whole thing. His
daughter.
Yeah, his daughter, and then the state of Florida, how it is. So he's moved his family out. Major respect for that.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, so I respect him as that guy, but as an NBA player, none.
I feel that.
Next.
Next
Next is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Just the entire team?
What?
The organization. Because there's something about this organization that when a player goes over there, they become cocky and just like so fucking like rude, like with everything. Like if a player gets hurt, they're like, oh well,
So what about the quarterback?
Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
He's
cocky and rude?
With that trash ass throw that he did at the Super Bowl. I still think about that. It didn't even go like 20 yards. That went nowhere.
Nigga said,
huh?
Nah, I haven't seen many interviews with him in it, so I can't really get a feel for him. And I just don't care to see many interviews.
I started liking the Eagles when they beat Tom Brady. That's when I respected them. When Nick Foles,
and they got rid of the nigga that beat Tom Brady.
like some. So listen, I'm kind of on par with you with that because I remember what they did to DeMarco Murray. They had their coach Chip Kelly, who was an idiot. Then he said DeMarco Murray. Then DeMarco Murray goes, and then they fired Chip Kelly for being a stupid coach.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. They've done some really stupid stuff.
Oh.
I like Jalen Hurts though.
It's just that organization and that fan base. They go hand in hand. They're toxic.
fan base.
They're fucking toxic, man. I hate it.
Philly
fan is just
Philly,
crazy.
just Philly. Philly, New York, Boston.
It's that East.
It's that they are just nasty, nigga. But the way I did appreciate the way Boston handled Kyrie Irving though. They made it. They had him dead to rights, bro. They messed him all the way up. Okay, Philly.
But if y'all watching, we appreciate y'all or listening.
Who?
Philly.
Man, y'all fans are wild. y'all fans are wild.
And the last one would be The Rock. Of course.
He made honorable mention, not top 5.
Not top 5.
Oh wow, I definitely
top 5 because he just didn't belong in the top 5, or top 5 because like we just knew you were gonna say him, so you didn't want to put him in the top 5?
No, there was more people that I didn't like about him. Just
nigga had a starting 5 and an organization in his honorable mentions.
So, that means The Rock. I enjoyed The Rock. Well, let me say this: I don't like Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah,
I appreciated The Rock.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, mine, the ones that I didn't want to put on that list to go hard on, but I mean, if I say I don't hate anybody, but if I ever did say I hated somebody, the 3 would be Jerry Jones, Dak Prescott,
racist, follower,
yeah, thank you, and Jada Pinkett,
and a bitch.
Yeah, bro, Jada Pinkett, oh my lord, but we touched on it all, so yeah. Well, we share common ground on a lot of these things.
Yeah.
And what it seems to all boil down to is not being a good person. Yeah. We haven't hated anybody for how they dress or how they sound others. When they talk. Yeah, it's all about how you treat others. I can say that about the 3 of us. Those morals are undoubtedly instilled in us.
I said Aaron Rodgers because he's retarded.
Well, yeah, you just don't like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Hate that man. Hate him.
Well, so you got to watch Vengeance. We didn't get to talk about it this time.
No, I guess next episode would be our Vengeance episode. You gonna watch it this week?
Vengeance and Spider-Man. We got both.
Oh yeah, because I was about to say we got to figure out the movie we watch, but we got to see Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man Thursday as soon as you get off.
As soon as I get off, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna try to close early, and I'm just tell my employee I got places to go.
Yeah, we'll be
just
there.
tell your boss my nuts hurt. I gotta go.
What?
Yeah,
they can't question that.
Then they gonna watch how fast that nigga walk out to go to the movie. Wait a minute, I thought you. All right, so Spider-Man is next. We'll be talking about Spider-Man
and Vengeance. We'll just
we talking about Spider-Man and Vengeance. And I'm gonna buy that game, and I'm gonna let y'all know. Stream it. Availability. Yeah, we're gonna stream it.
Yeah, stream it.
Yeah. See how it goes. I hope it's good.
Catch the stream at a Goody Click. What? I don't know.
Ooh,
well, are you streaming it on yours, right?
Yeah, I'm streaming mine. I'm like, but I can't connect it to our YouTube, so it'll just be mine.
It'll be beaming. What is it?
Okay.
We'll post it in the
Fresh 5 prints.
Something like that.
Yeah, we'll be able to post it in the link.
Yeah, we'll post it online.
My PSN is capital W lowercase DOT, all capital Beamen, BEAMEN. Just
there you
add
go.
Me, dog.
And I think I have that on our Instagram too.
Oh, okay.
I think I do, or it's on Spotify. It's one of those.
That's a bit.
Oh no, it's on YouTube.
Any of us
on the YouTube description.
Yeah,
it should be in there.
Yeah, all of ours are on there.
Yeah, gamer tags are on there.
Yeah.
Good episode, fellas. Good job.
Yeah, really good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Good seeing you again. I like that shirt. I just realized what it was.
Thank you. It's the 3 legendary birds from the original Pokemon games.
Articuno is one of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say Pterodactyl. No, Zapdos.
There you go. That's the other one.
What's the last one?
I'm gonna say Vaporeon, but that's the brown one.
You're
right?
doing so good.
Firefox.
Articuno.
Yeah,
like
Articuno.
Zapdos is and then Which ones?
Just the fire.
Yeah, it's 3. It all in Spanish. 1,
Firebird.
2.
Articuno, Uno,
Yeah.
Zapdos.
And it is what's 3 in Spanish?
Right. So it's 3.
Tres.
Tres gaves.
What?
Rico
Tres
Suave.
fire. What the hell? I don't know what is it.
Moltres.
Moltres. Nah, I wouldn't remember that one.
No.
Damn.
Well, you did good.
Okay.
2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Moltres, Zapdos.
Articuno, Zapdos, Vaporeon. It's my favorite.
Y'all stupid.
All right, man. We up out of here.
For sure.
Sure, y'all take it easy.
Next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Y'all be safe out there. Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.